Hey guys, welcome back. Here we are. We're in the cave. We're going to be heading down now and doing some of the quests we just picked up in the last episode to kill these worms, pick up some eggs, and we also have a Drogbar we have to dispatch of. So we'll get that done today. Got to grab some of these eggs. Nothing really new to talk about. I'm trying to think if anything happened. I did read a few days. Well, it's probably been out for a while. The actual event happened not too long ago, but if you're a baseball fan, one of the Florida Marlins players, Jose Fernandez, young guy, very good player, very good pitcher, I guess I should say, uh, passed away or was killed in a boating accident. That's crazy to me. I never understood that. I don't get. I mean, I'm a guy that took a lot of chances when I was in my early 20s. I gotta say that. I mean, I was always drinking and doing dumb shit, but hey, rear 'em up. I was always drinking and doing dumb shit, and I live pretty close to the water. I'm not far away, but I've never been one to fuck around with. I mean, if you're not gonna drink and drive, what the hell is the point of? And I don't remember if there was alcohol involved. I think there was alcohol involved, and they were out, having a good time on in the ocean, riding out on the ocean in their boat, and hit the jetties almost perpendicularly. Ran up and they found, I believe they said they found one guy was floating in the water. He was dead, of course, and the other two were on the rocks, mangled up pretty bad. I don't get it. I never got it. I mean, I of course I could say that now. I'm a bit older, but it's a shame. It's a real shame. Uh, Guy had a lot of promise. Seemed like a good enough guy. Hopefully there wasn't any drugs or any crazy shit involved, because that'll really people will really hammer that home when that shit starts to happen. But it's a shame. It's a real shame that lost somebody so young. Had a great future. I think he was a Cuban defector. He was from Cuba, and was watching a video. His grandmother had gotten to see him come play. He seemed like a really nice guy. He seemed like a good guy who genuinely enjoyed life and cared a lot about his fans and stuff like that. So it's always a shame. I mean, it's a shame when anyone dies, really, but you don't expect it, I guess, from someone so young. And when you see that kind of shit happen, and especially because I'm not so much older than he was, or well, he was. He's dead now. I guess I could use that tense. Uh, it's it's hard to imagine, what it would feel like being that young man's parents, finding out their son died for something that was essentially just stupid. Being out on the water that late and getting yourself killed. So sad story. Arnold Palmer also passed away. Is there a rare mob here? No, he's down below. Fuck. I shouldn't have pulled this shit. Stop following me. It's gonna go invisible, so they go away. Let's turn these in real quick. If the pilfered eggs are not recovered, the eagles may go extinct. These eggs are in poor condition, Strip Club Hero. Some are cracked and spoiled, while others are cold to the touch. Yet there is still hope. I believe a few of the eggs you recovered can be saved. Good.
Together, we are High Mountain.
Hey, I don't. I guess. Oh, I'm exalted with the guild that I joined. What are these? What are their guts for? Well, you'll see. You might not like it, but you will soon find out. Those worm guts will be perfect for a special sort of rope.
May Anshe guide you.
Now that we have the necessary worm guts, I was able to fashion them into a special sort of rope. It will allow you to descend from the bridge into the chasm below and recover some of my possessions that were stolen and thrown in by the deep rock.
Ride the wind.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to that. It always makes me nervous. Arnold Palmer as well. A lot of you younger whippersnappers may not know who he was. He was one of the original uh, TV stars of sports in a sense. He's a famous golfer. He golfed a long time ago. I mean, he was 87 years old, so he'd been around for a long time. You know, it, I actually got a chance to meet him at a couple of his golf courses, which are in Florida, and I was out here watching a tournament, and this was long ago when Tiger Woods was really starting to gain popularity. So that'll tell you how long ago it was. Tiger Woods was starting to gain, some steam. He had just won a couple major championships. Uh, so yeah, it was a shame. That's a big hit. If you don't know who Arnold Palmer was, Arnold Palmer, you see him now, and you might recognize, like, you might have heard of an Arnold Palmer, which is a drink, and that is, I believe it's iced tea and lemonade mixed together in a certain amount, and it tastes pretty good. It tastes pretty good. But he passed away. He was a badass dude. If you ever see old pictures of him back in the way back days, he'd be on the course with a cigarette hanging from his mouth, and he was a hell of a golfer. He was a hell of a golfer. It's a shame. Of course, he was 87, so it wasn't. I don't. I'm not laughing. I'm just thinking about the way that I said it. He. It's not surprising, I guess, that he passed away, because he was an older man. Um, but it's sad. It's always sad. He was always a nice guy. Like I said, I had an opportunity to meet him. I didn't get to talk. I mean, I don't know him personally or anything like that, but I had an opportunity to get his autograph and shake his hand. And this was, you know, almost 20 years ago. Great guy. Very nice guy. I've never been particularly fond of heights. I can't believe it. I hoped it would work, but I couldn't be sure. He recovered heirlooms passed down by my family for many generations. I thought them lost forever. You sent me down there, motherfucker, and you didn't know if that was going to work? Korgrul deserved his fate. Thank you, Strip Club Hero. Let's see. No upgrades, so we'll take the one that sells for most. I've taken an inventory of the eggs you recovered. Some among the bunch may still have a chance to hatch. They will need to be returned to an empty nest, and with any luck, an eagle will claim the eggs as their own and watch over them once again. There's a nest just outside the entrance on a rocky ledge above the cave. Be careful, Strip Club Hero. The eggs are very delicate. So let's head back out. But yeah, Arnold Palmer had an opportunity to meet him, shook his hand, got his autograph. I still have it somewhere in my sports memorabilia. I was just a young kid at the time, but he was a very, very nice man. You see old pictures of him. You can find them online. He was a badass. There's pictures of him, standing next to his prop jet-ish plane. His single engine plane. I guess he had his flight master's license, or his flight master's license. I'm playing fucking World of Warcraft too much. He had a license to fly a plane. My fucking brain, guys. I'm getting too old for this shit. With a cigarette in his mouth, and he just looked like one of those cool ass dudes from the 50s, standing there with with a fucking sweater vest or a suit, a cigarette from his mouth. Great golfer. If you're a fan of golf, he was one of the greatest of all time. And I was kind of pissed off. I saw an article that some sports writer who's not much old, not much. Actually, I think he was younger than me. Hang on, let's put our eggs away. Eagle eggs are placed. Let's go turn our quest back in, get our reward. Some, body that was younger than me wrote an article saying he was only not as good as Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods. Thanks to you, the great eagles of High Mountain will live on. One of the eggs I thought was too damaged to salvage appears to be hatching. So we get a skyhorn nestling. We get a little eagle pet that we can add to our inventory. That was my third one, so I won't have any more room. But yeah, he was a great player, but he wasn't as good as, and that was kind of the tone of the article, showing statistically, Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods, of course, being truly unequaled in their dominance of the game in their eras. But Arnie was still a great golfer. I mean, he was in his own right. He was one of the best. But the way that the article was written, I was I was super pissed off. The fucking guy just died, and you're talking about he was good, but he wasn't as good as these guys. I mean, like, have a little fucking tact, a little class. I know most of you probably don't give a shit about golf, but
I need to get
I wanted to get that off my chest. Shit drove me crazy. We're like, what do you mean? Why would you even write that? Why not write about all the great accomplishments he had during his career instead of who had beaten him at what time? But yeah. Also, any... I'm talking sports. I probably don't have a lot of sports fans watching these videos. NBA or NHL season just started. I'm a big hockey fan, if you are. First games were, I believe, for me when I'm recording this was yesterday. I think was the first games, which was awesome. Got a chance to watch a couple games. Always love hockey. Played when I was younger. Hockey's always been a big thing, and it's funny because I live in the southern states in the U.S. now, and hockey's not that big here. Although nearby in this particular area that I'm at, there seems to be a good bit of hockey fans, but most places don't. I forgot I'm 110. I gotta be looting everything for my legendary that I'll never get. A lot of places, a lot of people down here don't like hockey or never heard of hockey. I had a friend that I used to work with who had no idea, hockey was so great, and he had just started recently watching. And of course, this was years ago, but I remember he just started watching. And he's like, I said, "Oh man, let's turn on a hockey game. Hockey's tonight." I think it was the playoffs or something at that point. And he's a hockey fanatic. He talks to people as if he's been watching his whole life. That's what I love about hockey. You can get into it and feel like you've been there your entire life. Hockey's great, like that. So, but I'm originally from Philadelphia, so all my teams are up there, and it's been a pretty up and down decade for all of my teams. The Phillies are straight garbage, which is sad, because we used to be contending for the top spot in our league, in the National League, every year for quite a while there, and now we look like the college foot or a college team playing against professionals. And Sixers are always garbage. NBA team, the 76ers, are always bad. Funny enough, my 76ers now own a stake in, if you're a League of Legends fan, League of Legends LCS, which is League Championship Series, which is super popular, so I assume some of you have at least heard of it. The 76ers now own a stake in Team Dignitas, which was a team that was relegated and is now back in the league after purchasing Team Apex's slot. I know that sounds like a lot of complicated shit. But, yeah, so now, where the fuck am I supposed to go? Is she up here? Yeah, she's up here. So now the Philadelphia 76ers CEO is a partial owner in Team Dignitas, which is formerly Team Apex. Like I said, they bought their spot. And I believe it's the Warriors, a member of... What the fuck is happening? That lag. What the fuck? The Warriors, someone else, and another NBA franchise owner, or at least part owner, and Magic Johnson now own a stake in Team Liquid, which used to be Curse Gaming. So they own that stake as well, which is absolutely crazy because I've been arguing for years that esports, while not traditional sports, I mean, I'm never going to argue that an esports player is an athlete in the traditional sense where, is Faker as good of an athlete as LeBron James? Fucking no. I mean, in any traditional sense, no, that would be stupid to say that. Let's turn this quest in,
What wind did you ride it on?
and we'll continue our rant. Well done. Now to cut the head off the snake, as it were. You got any good shit for me? You do. I'm gonna take them boots.
To the sky.
Haha, you are covered in the feathers of your enemies.
Anshe
The time has
Gaiden.
come to assault High Crawliak, the Witch Queen. You should know that one does not become the queen of the harpies through kindness. This creature has killed, betrayed, and tormented countless Tauren harpies, kobolds, and anything else she had to do in order to secure her position as queen. Come, friend, let us finish
Death
this.
from above.
Alright,
Come, champion.
I mean,
Let us pluck this witch queen from her throne.
let's do it. Oops. So, like, I'm never going to argue that LeBron James and Faker should be comparable, but it's a sport in and of itself. I mean, if bowling is a fucking sport, if chess is considered, chess is a game, but you'll see that shit on ESPN. And I feel like, I mean, League of Legends is kind of like chess, isn't it? I mean, not in the traditional sense, but yeah, League of Legends is a lot like chess. You gotta learn where to put your pawns and move all your people around. Got to know when to go in and go out, when you can dive, when you cannot. But so yeah, there's a lot of NBA teams. I don't know how I got onto this tangent. Oh, because we were talking about sports, which I was pretty much done with anyway. But League of Legends Worlds will be soon as well. It is, I think, 2 days away, maybe a day away now, since it's the morning for me on the East Coast. If you're on the West Coast, it would probably be 2 days. Hey, got her.
Now that was a battle.
Save these greens, and let's sell. This drives me crazy to have so much shit in my bags. I'm very anal about my bags. All right, the Grammels. You have our respect and honor, strip club hero. I name you Skyfriend and grant you free passage through our lands at your discretion. 779. Neither one of those are upgrades. All right, I'll take that one then. When you are ready, join me at the base of Thunder Totem. I would be honored to have you at my side as my tribe once again swears its allegiance to young Mela. Together, we are High Mountain. I'm not going to say that like they do.
You are ready to depart? Aviash can fly you to Thunder Totem.
So, you can click on the bird to fly to Thunder Totem, but I want to take the frickin' scenic route, because you only get to do this, once every time you do a character. Thunder Totem's right over that way. Got my shit turned down. So let's take a little flight, guys. Oh, there's Thunder Totem right over there. Let's take a little flight. So yeah, League of Legends Worlds is going to be in a couple of days, which is pretty awesome. That's I enjoy that game a lot. So if you watch the LCS, or you just watch the major tournaments, or know of them. It's in a couple of days, which is an exciting event. I still love traditional sports a lot. I mean, I don't sit around and go, oh my god. It's nothing like the
I need to get closer.
nice.
I don't have a target.
Let's go in, mate.
When did you ride it on? Good.
Let's go talk to the
I'm
ceremony.
not one for ceremony, so let's get this over with.
Good. So yeah, excited about that. Couple days. We'll have a couple of, actually almost a month, right, of content. I think it's usually
I have already ordered my
on the
eagle riders
weekends.
to make for Thunder Totem. You may find the air a bit thicker with feathers soon.
Yay, feathers. I'm not allergic to birds and stuff. So that'll be a couple days. It'll be about a month of really good games. If you're wondering when that was or you're a fan, that'll be starting shortly, which is awesome. Come on, man. We are High Mountain. Say it. Yell it. Yell it.
Let it be known that I, Lasan Skyhorn, chieftain of the Skyhorn tribe, once again declare my allegiance to High Mountain. Together, we are High Mountain.
Yay. The Skyhorn are with us. This day just got much better. and get 100 artifact power.
Our tribes stand as one.
Your timing is fortunate. Our forces at Snowblind Mesa report seeing the Underking above ground. What is more, he's lightly guarded and has a hammer with him. Thanks to your efforts, we can meet him there in battle.
High mountains stand.
All right, let's go. Let's go meet him in battle then. Let's go whoop that ass. Hopefully, we can finish up our quests up there. I'm hoping to be able to get that done, so we'll haul ass over that direction. LCS, we were talking about the Worlds is starting shortly. That'll be exciting. It's when the Korean teams have been dominating for many years now. The original winner was a European team named Fnatic. Season 2 was the Taipei Assassins from Taipei, of course. We have SK Telecom was the next winner. Then it was Samsung White and SKT again the next season. And now we'll see who's going to be the Season 6 winner. Hopefully it'll be an NA team this time, although I'm not going to hold my breath. But I think they've got a good chance.
Champion.
That is a lot of Drogbar. Snowmain Village behind us was caught completely off guard by the scale of this attack. I will hold the Drogbar line here so the civilians have time to prepare the evacuation. The Drogbar are using worms to burrow their way to the surface and deploy their troops. I'm giving you command of our forces. Use them to slay these worms and cut off enemy reinforcements.
Face the worms call to us, and we shall.
We need time to evacuate Snowmain Village. Can you take the fight to these Mightstone Drogbar and call their numbers? I will direct my healers to get everyone that is unable to fight to safety. Worms do not like to battle on the surface. They only go where their master tells them. So when in war, kill the master. Siege Brule Algrul is the master of worms for the Mightstone Drogbar who attack us from the north. Slay him. Alright, so let's go do this shit here. You can actually do these. You would think that these guys up front wouldn't count, but they do. So, you know, these guys spawn quite quickly. So use this to your advantage to get your 10 done. But I think an NA has a good chance. Now, when we were talking about back to the LCS, I think they've got a good chance. TSM looks pretty good. For those of you who don't know who that is, that's Team Solo Mid. And we also have Counterlogic Gaming is there as well, representing North America. Now they haven't looked so good since their amazing split in the spring. And then there's also kind of, I wouldn't say a wild card, but I guess that's the easiest way to say it, is the wild card team C9, Cloud9. I think they're going to have a decent... What the fuck? Stop hitting me, asshole. I'm out of here. I think they got a decent chance. I think they could surprise some people. I wouldn't put money on them winning the whole thing, but I certainly wouldn't be surprised if they did well. When you get to these worms, you'll have the little boss battle button, as they call it, show up. In the center of your screen, you pop that, and these guys will fly around him. And I don't know really what it does. I don't know if it does anything, but then you can kill the worm a little easier. So yeah, TSM, C9, and CLG. I wouldn't put my money on CLG or C9, but TSM's had a good season. Be interested to see how far they can end up. But I wouldn't have. I don't think I'd ever put my money on anything but a Korean team at this point. They're just too good. They're so disciplined in how they play. There go to Stone Fists. Here they come, ready to save us. Let's get a shield up. Why the hell can't I move? Hello? I think the server just lagged a little bit there. So yeah, there's that. The League of Legends World Championship, which will be traveling all across North America. So if you're a fan, you can check that out if it's coming near your city. I think they're doing San Francisco, a couple plays in California. I think the finals is in Chicago, which is fucking dangerous as shit. That's how you get people killed. I'm sure they have preparations in mind. They tell the players, okay, I know you're not from the States. Don't go to this part of Chicago, ever. Like, not during the day, not during the night, ever. We don't want you to get shot and die. Just stay in your hotels and play your video games. You can't get shot if you stay inside and you play video games. That's going on. We were talking about, sports teams taking major stakes in esports, which I like because obviously it puts more money in, it makes it more competitive. It gives an opportunity to. You won't always see the certain teams that have the most money continue to do kind of what the Yankees do to baseball, which is always throw the most money. The Yankees, the Mets, the Red Sox, the Phillies, these major market teams who throw so much money in the direction of, the best free agents that they always seem to be sporting an amazing team. And everyone else kind of lags behind and just hopes. And it doesn't always work out, but it would be nice to have more competition in these leagues during the seasons for League of Legends and esports in general, because it gives these smaller organizations, although Team Liquid isn't necessarily smaller, but these less popular organizations an opportunity to compete by, maybe flexing their muscles with their money for once, as opposed to, trying to find someone. It's kind of like in traditional sports where a team gets a player that is incredible. You draft an incredible player, and suddenly his contract expires. And why the hell would you stick with the Tampa Bay Rays for a small contract, as opposed to going to the New York Yankees, who owed you, or who are going to pay you 5 to 6 times what the smaller market team can make. And that's a problem in esports right now. Is you've got the big boys who've been around a while and are taking advantage of that. That should slow these invaders down. Chewing on my mouth again. Excellent, thank you, champion. We have managed to get the children and the wounded to safety thanks to your efforts. Siege Brule, pah! Before this war, we had no need for such titles. All Gruul was always just a brute who takes pleasure in the pain of others. They just keep coming, and now my scouts report some of the Drogbar have managed to sneak around our flank and are attacking Snowmain Village. Go help the evacuation. We will hold the line here and try to buy you some time. So the village is over here. Don't... Made it. All part of the plan, baby. The hunter doing our work over here. So we'll go in and talk to this guy. There's no time left. Run! So be it. Come, my wounded friends. Let us see if I might have the strength that is needed to carry you to safety. And let's check this building over here. Don't you touch me. Hey, lady, you and your cat need to get the fuck out of here. There's no time left. Run! I'm not leaving without my Kaya. I have a friend named Makaya. That's pretty funny. Without my Kaya. I'm not leaving without Makaya. But I think that's what esports is trying to, with these major organizations. Now, I don't necessarily like them coming in because they fucked up traditional sports enough, and esports is so nice because it's fresh. It feels like a new start where you can cheer for your favorite team and not feel there's no time left, Rudden. Not feel like you're rooting for the money. Fa, this is our mountain. Let the Drogbar savages come. We have the power of the spirits of this mountain, and all they have are sticks and stones and anger. Indeed. Let's go turn this in. So it feels nice for them to bring that in, but there's pluses and minuses to everything, or positives and negatives rather. And not a moment too soon, our scouts report the Underking himself has come. That will have to do. Dark has come, and we need every able body on the front line. Go. I will be right behind you.
We are High Mountain.
We are High Mountain, so let's go see this fool. Let's go see this fool. Hey. You're gonna use that damn hammer again. Fuck everything up.
Children of the deep, rise and crush these Shanrunir.
Fuck you call me? That's racism.
The sky.
The village, it is just gone. They told me what happened to Riverbend, but I figured it was an exaggeration. Kill now, grieve later. Here, champion. Take flight with one of my war eagles. Use the powers bestowed upon you by our united tribes and help us rain destruction down on these Drogbar. Let us clog that new doorway to their lair with the bodies of their own. So you hop on War Eagle and you'll do a little bombing run. There's no like special way to do this. Just press your buttons. Kill as many things as you can. It doesn't take very long. Especially if you're questing with someone. Get him. Do I get that guy? Got him. Hey buddy, you hiding up here. We don't like that. That should... Is that gonna do it? Hello? Same. I don't know what just happened. Hit them. Nice. So, you know, there's always positives and negatives to people that... The fuck? Damn! That's a nifty fucking trick. I need dismount. So there's always the positives and the negatives to things like that. And I'll talk about it in just a sec, because we got one more little part to do. Well done. We will make a skyhorn out of you yet. Mela already chased the Underking into the cave. That is something we tell our children never to do. Reckless child, but hey, who wants to live forever? Let's join her in the battle. Hey, buddy. You want my hammer? Come dig for it.
Coward! There is no hole you can hide in that we cannot follow.
So you gotta fight this big old sucker. He does petrifying breath. Just move away from it. But, yeah, there we go with the again. Trying to get away from doing that. You know how that can be hard. You know, there's the positives and the negatives. Esports is getting a little bit too legitimate now for me. And not, you know, hipster-like, oh, it's too cool for me now. I'm starting to get a little worried about some of these organizations, you know, getting involved. More so that I hate seeing it be on like Fox Business and stupid shit like that, because you know they don't give a shit about anything other than making money off of it. And for most of us, it's a nice escape. We love we love video games, and if they make good competitive games to watch, like League of Legends, like Dota, Counter-Strike is another one that's super popular. I never got into anything but League, but any of those three rather, other than League. But it's nice that the money's coming. It's just, when does it eventually stop? You know, where do we eventually say, okay, well we've made it legitimate enough? Eventually, is there going to be a salary cap? You know, or can you just offer whoever you want as much as you want?
Not this time.
Dargrul is just postponing the inevitable. 793 shoulders. Or 793 head, we'll take that. I will direct my people to clear a path through this rubble and assault Dargrul's forces directly. It will be a ruse. Navarag proposed a plan that I believe has merit. He knows of a side entrance that might lead directly to Dargrul. Muster what allies of yours you can and strike at them through the side passage. Recover the Hammer of Khazgarath before the villain brings the mountain down on top of us. We will provide the distraction you need to get a shot. So, that is a dungeon quest that'll take us into Neltharion's lair, which the entrance is right outside over on the left. Over here. But guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you liked my commentary. I was just kind of ranting on, what was in my head at the time, trying to fill up some of that. So if you got any, comments, questions, or suggestions about anything that I talked about, please leave it down below. I try and respond as soon as I get any comments, because of course I have to wait for a notification. Sometimes YouTube doesn't tell me right away, so I try and respond though as quickly as possible. I always enjoy having a good conversation about stuff like that. Also, hit that thumbs up if you did enjoy the video. I do appreciate all those likes. Think about hitting the subscribe button as well. I'll keep you updated on this series and any other series, and maybe other Warcraft videos that I have that you might enjoy, or any other games that you might enjoy. Next episode, of course, we'll be going into Neltharion's lair and checking out that dungeon, finishing up this quest, and taking the Hammer of Khazgarath back to Dalaran, and then picking our next zone, which of course is going to be Stormheim. So we're on to our last questing zone, our last of the 4 original questing zones, and then we'll be heading to Suramar, guys. So you have a wonderful day or a wonderful evening, depending on where you are in the world, and I hope to see you again in the next episode, guys. Bye-bye now.